From a technical perspective, there are four areas that we've seen in the last year through assessments that most clients are challenged with, and we're going to cover those four briefly. First off is authentication, as we've been talking about with MFA. Huge emphasis. You'll hear us repeat it a lot because this is one of the things we see commonly not in a place or has gaps when we do the assessments, but it's implemented for all non. It used to be for just the administrator accessing the CD. Now it's for all access into the C needs to have MFA. So
Yeah.
just that one thing alone has been a challenge for some organizations because they may be using legacy password only systems, and those password only systems maybe not be able to do MFA. So they're failing that they're not able, they either have to think about removing or replacing their MFA system or their authentication systems or integrating that with systems with their existing systems. Up next that we've been seeing on the left-hand side here, vulnerability management. In the past, vulnerability management, you're just giving your four internal scans a year, quarterly scans you're giving to your QSA. That's no longer the case. With 4.0.1, you got to demonstrate that you're not just doing vulnerability scans, but those scans have to be authenticated scans, meaning the authenticated system doing the scans has granular view into the systems and applications that it's scanning, which means that remediation, it may find more things that have to be remediated, and remediation has to have tickets written for the remediation, and those tickets will have more granularity. So when you're doing vulnerability management, those tickets can be not just the QS, not just the ASV or the quarterly internal scans are given to your assessor, but also any actions taken from those scans would be given to the assessor as well within a ticketing system. The other thing is encryption. There's a lot of emphasis on encryption, a lot of new requirements around encryption, and just making sure your keys are managed. You have roles associated with the key management process for when certificates have to be revoked or keys have to be distributed. All that has to be documented for how the encryption mechanisms are in place and that they're working effectively. And then finally, logging, alerting, and response. It's no longer just giving your configuration of your SIM over to your QSA, but it's any action taken for whatever alerts came from your SIM. Any action taken from that SIM is documented, and actions have been taken to move the alert to an event or an incident, and all that documentation will also be provided to your QSA. So really, at the end of the day, these four items are the top four items that we would recommend from a technical perspective to be working on as far as priorities go.